Hello, Senior Stoner fan. Just a real Senior Stoner back at you for your mini nail glass and Luca Q7 dab of the day. Today is Tuesday. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe, join the family, join the Senior Stoner family. Please send a like my way, and I love all comments. Let's get started. You know, we talk a lot about pain. We talk a lot about how to push through. But you know what? We don't talk enough about being happy. We don't talk enough about wanting to be happy. Think about it. So how do we become happy? How can we make ourselves happy every day? If I could solve that, boy, I'd have 10 million people tuning in. So begin by being good to yourself, I think. And it might sound self-evident, but too many people skip that step and try to make themselves happy by chasing goals that keep getting bigger. All life goals. And they hold themselves to these greater standards of perfection. So being good to yourself instead is going to bring you closer to achieving whatever your ambitions really are. The more you value yourself, the more you build confidence. In fact, the happiest people go out of their way to treat themselves, right. And they do something for themselves nice every day. They set appropriate boundaries. They take care of themselves by saying no to things when they need to. When you love yourself, you understand that saying no to something you don't want to do is an act of kindness. And you don't walk around with negative feelings towards the person who asked you to do something you don't want to do. So, not only is being kind to yourself good for you, it's good for relationships also. And the more you build self-love, the more you have to give to others. So, let's look at these quote-unquote acts of kindness that happy people perform for themselves. And so should you. Here we go. Commit to doing one nice thing for yourself every single day. Do your best to do something loving for yourself, big or small. Whether you feel like signing or not, make the commitment. You'll remind yourself on a daily basis to treat yourself with loving kindness. That is critically important. Keeping that commitment will bring real benefits also. It'll motivate you to take better care of yourself, and you'll go after your dreams. Remember, don't let people treat you poorly. Listen to yourself. Listen to how you talk to yourself and the internal tone of voice you use. Think about it. Does it represent your mother's when she lectured you, your father's when he lectured you? Well, we often criticize ourselves in our own heads. And that brings down our confidence. So when you love yourself, you know you're good enough, that you have to stop talking to yourself in negative terms. Forgive yourself. Forgiveness is a big part of what's going to happen here. And it's hard because most of us have been getting angry at ourselves for all the things we do wrong all our lives. People get into trouble often because they try hard to be perfect. And then they beat themselves up when they can't be. Loving yourself means accepting that you're stuck inside your own imperfect skin just like everybody else. So, maybe look in the mirror and start saying, I love you. And start saying, I forgive you. Because you need to accept yourself as you are right now. That means accepting your body. That means accepting your mind. That means accepting your personality. It means accepting your income and success level. It's okay not to be making a certain amount of money when you get to a certain age. Entrepreneurs get a lot of criticism when people say, why are you wasting your time doing that? You're not successful enough. So instead, you ask yourself, am I happy with what I'm doing? And guess what? You could be sitting at a boat rental place handing out the worms. But if it's best for you to do that, to be happier with less income, then do it. Eliminate toxic people in your life and in the workplace. This is certainly easier said than done. But avoid trying to bring people into your life who make you unhappy. It's obviously harder with family members. See, if people say mean things to me, I let them know. And if they talk to me like I'm going to walk away or hang up the phone, go right ahead. You've got to prioritize your own health. It's important. You've got to be careful to not letting your care for your own health turn into a reason to beat yourself up if you slip. If you're on a diet and yesterday you had Twinkies, so be it. Don't beat yourself up. Stop skipping meals. What do you think about that? People a lot of times say, I've been so busy, I didn't even have time to eat. Well, that's a very unloving thing to do for you. Make sure you grab something, even if it's just a salad or a nosh. Remember, blood sugar, you don't notice it until it sends stress signals to your brain. So if you truly can't stop and grab a meal, make sure you have healthy snacks wherever you are. Remember to breathe. Don't forget that when you're feeling stressed, overworked, or upset, simple breathing exercises can help dramatically. If you do some deep breathing exercises during the day, you can calm yourself down and not let the stress get to you or make yourself sick. This is all about getting in front of things. You need to give yourself welcoming space. Think about what I'm talking about. So, it's a simple approach. Neatening up your home, neatening up your car, neatening up your workplace. Have flowers when you walk into your office. Put them there yourself. Bring a plant in so you have something to look at, different than papers. In your home, in your bedroom, what do you smile at? What do you see? Pictures of your children? Pictures of your pet? Whatever it is, give yourself a welcoming space when you go into a home or when you go into a place of business. And a lot of people work in dark spaces and live in dark spaces, and it's unhealthy and unloving. You want to have natural light, if it's possible. Full spectrum light bulbs too. Either way, you got to get outside for a walk as often as you can, because sunlight rejuvenates us all. And remember, try buying premium products for yourself. What does that mean? Well, if you're bringing a bag of coffee to somebody else, guess what? You pick out a luxury brand and a nice package. But if you're buying it for yourself, you're going to go to the generic, the cheapest thing. Let me tell you something. If all coffees taste alike to you, that's just fine. But if you're doing it to not give yourself the best, stop that now. If you prefer the more expensive brand, my golly, you got to go for it. Very often we spend money on others, but we're very cheap and frugal with ourselves. Think about it. So what we have to remember is that there are so many ways that we can work to make ourselves happy each day. I've only skimmed the surface because there are hundreds or thousands, and everybody has their own way of doing it. Call it your own flavor. But isn't it nice, isn't it refreshing to think that it's possible out there that if you're having an unhappy day, you can make it a happy day. You can bring happiness to a situation that might not be happy. Wow. Now, we all know this is not brain surgery, but we all also know that we don't think about these things until there's a problem. Let's have our dab. And thank you all for joining me today to discuss ways that we can make ourselves happy. How about seeing the people you love? How about talking on the phone with the people you love? Talking to my son, talking to my daughter, talking to Mrs. Stoner makes me happy. Being with them makes me even more happy. Sugar could turn into a coat and I would wear her and be the happiest. Cheers, everybody, and have a great day. Let's get happy. Tasty. Very tasty. Taking it up a little higher here. As Emerald used to say, we're going to kick it up a notch. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you're not happy, you can get happy. And if you are happy, by golly, you figured it out. This is the Real Senior Stoner. Thanks for joining me today about ways to get happy.